Hi guys, Alex here, and we are gathered here today to talk about the fall of Becklin. Yes, it appears that Amberlynn and Becky have gone their separate ways. I can't believe that this day has come. Now, I had said on Twitter on Monday that I wasn't going to speak about this because it did seem like a flimsy rumor based on comments that were left on Amberlynn's YouTube post on Sunday night, that being this one in particular. The worst thing that could have ever happened to me happened. I don't know if I can physically do the live stream on Tuesday. I want to, but if I don't, I will do everything in my power to make it up to those who healthily let down, to those that are healthily let down. She means the people who are okay with her not coming on live for certain reasons. The reason I'm not saying anything in a post is because that just feels wrong. I'd rather tell people face to face. And on Monday, the rumors started to spiral. People have figured out that her and Becky were donezo. And a lot of this had to do with her Instagram page. She used to have Greg and YouTuber and everything in her Instagram bio, but it was all gone. And then if you take a look at Becky's, there's no pictures of Amberlynn. This culminated in Becky posting on her Kinda Good, Kinda Bad art page. This is for my art. This has nothing to do with YouTube or with Amberlynn. The more you are rude to either her or me, the more likely you are to straight up be ignored or blocked. This is not the place to be calling someone a ham beast. So don't get shocked when you get blocked. With peace and love, take yourself somewhere else and not here on my platform that has nothing to do with YouTube or Amberlynn and I's personal life. People began to put two and two together when they looked at Becky's Facebook and realized that she had deleted the post where she announced her engagement to Amberlynn and they were no longer engaged on Facebook. And that was when it was confirmed. Just last night, Amberlynn and Becky came on live to confirm that the breakup was indeed real. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at that right now. As you guys can see, the live stream has barely started and Amber's already starting to tear up. This seems to be taking quite a toll on her. I'm so sad. You know, it's the end of Becklin. They're moving on to different pastures. It'll be interesting to see what this new era holds for us. Will it be Amber single and ready to mingle? Will she move on to another girl fast or not? I mean, she really moved on from Destiny pretty fast.
All right, so do you want to tell them?
At least with another girl. I mean, she says she was still in love with her for a whole year after.
Okay.
Give us the tea, Becky.
I guess I'm going to go ahead and just say it. We have broke up. It happened Sunday, and it was initiated by me.
Becky did it.
But the fact of the matter is I've had a lot of time to think and reflect.
So this wasn't something that she just come up with overnight. It was something that she was thinking about for a while. Now, one of the questions that I do have is why propose?
We just want different things in life. You know, Amberlynn wants to leave Kentucky one day and she wants to see her family and she wants to move to another state. And it's like, this is my home and this is where my family is. And I don't want to leave.
She's a small town girl, right? Becky, she really wants to stay there and be with her family, which makes sense to me, but I would want to expand my horizons a little bit more. It doesn't seem like she even wants to travel.
But I love her. I love her. I love her. I don't care what anybody else thinks of her. I know who she is.
If you guys didn't know, Becky actually met Amberlynn online. She saw her getting mean comments and things like that and reached out to her. And that's how they met. So she knew her from YouTube before they met. So I know if Amberlynn met someone new, she would have to explain what exactly is going on with her as far as her online career. It's not something for the faint of heart, I have to say.
And she has her faults, and I have my faults too.
We all do. We all do. I do have to wonder if the new woman, this is like a hypothetical new woman, but will she reach out from YouTube or not? And Amber, I do feel like needs to be careful if that's the case. When she met Becky, she was a much smaller channel than she is now. Now she's almost at 200,000. Go Amber.
But it's like, you know, we've been together for 4 years and both of our weights.
That's a long time. Yeah, Amber had said that Becky was bigger before they met even. So I don't.
And it's like Amberlynn tries to start Jenny Craig and all these other things. And I'm going to be honest, I don't join them with her. I should, but I don't.
I feel like Amber would be more likely to be successful if Becky was involved. But I mean, it's not up to her to join everything that she does, right?
But it's not like I'm also going out of my way to eat horribly in front of her or suggest we order this or do this. No, I don't do that.
You have went out and gotten her plenty of fast food. Just saying.
But I'm not strong enough.
She has to eat something.
To be that support right now. But I want to always have this one in my life.
Okay, so they're going to continue to be friends. That's nice to hear that this wasn't like some sort of nasty breakup. There wasn't any like cheating or anything, which was speculated that Becky had gone out and found herself a new woman behind Amber's back.
Not even a dime. It's nothing to do with money. I just want her in my life. I want to go to Oklahoma if, you move there, or California, or if you move to Virginia, like all these places you've mentioned that you could go to someday. I want to travel. I've never been west of Kentucky. I'd love to go see you wherever you go.
Okay, so Becky does want to travel to see Amber. It just makes me wonder. It's going to be a wake-up call for Becky, who claims, she doesn't care about the money at all, but it's going to be a wake-up call when she has to take care of herself and pay all of her bills and take care of her rent. Where they're going to go in their next path of their life, right? Becky has to set up a way for her to make a living. There have been rumblings from Amber that she has her own job. She's selling her art or whatever, but she really has to get that in order. Amber as well. Who knows where this will take her? I could see her moving closer to her mom. To me, that makes a lot of sense because that's the family that she has in her life right now. It'll be nice for her to reconnect with her mother, getting a place, wherever that is, I'm not really sure, of her own around there, which would be fine for Amber, I think.
Yep. It's just, I have a lot to take care of in life. I've got, I'm going through a hard grieving process right now, and I can't be the partner that she needs.
That makes sense because she's thinking about her mom. It's so tough to lose a parent. I did it at 17, and, you don't want to make any rash decisions. Like, I went straight into school, and then I wondered why that didn't go very well. I mean, the writing was on the wall.
Because I am angry with God right now, and that reflects on me here. And it's like, with my family and my friends and whatnot, I can tell them these things, and I have told them these things, but it's like I'm able to put up a mask and be someone else. Well, still be myself, but mask that hurt and that pain and that anger while I'm around everybody else. But whenever I'm home, that stuff is at the forefront.
Yeah, I remember going back to high school and just acting like everything was perfectly fine when it totally was not at home, but I just didn't want to show it for some reason. So I understand that completely, but it's okay to show it. And I actually saw a school counselor at the time who I talked to a lot about that.
And I try to push it away, but I cannot be the partner that Amberlynn needs right now. I can't.
But we want to stay in each other's lives, so.
Absolutely.
And
yeah. We're even trying, even right now, because, we're still going to, do something for the 4th together, me, her, Eric, and Ricky.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't understand that my breakups always are very healthy. They're never.
Okay. I mean, didn't Destiny cheat on you?
Vicious and vile. I always stay friends with them. So it's never, So
I know that she still talks about like Crystal and whatnot. I haven't really even went back and watched any of those videos. They're kind of boring. Like, I've seen a little snippets here and there.
People don't understand it, and that's fine.
Is this like a new era? Single-lynn? Because I know everyone always talks about, the Crystal era, Destiny era, Becky era. But Becky's still going to be there for a little bit longer.
But, Becky's my best friend.
In your mind.
Regardless if we're in a relationship or not. Like, just because you take out the parts of a relationship that you usually have with someone, why would you take out the best friend aspect? Like, there's no reason for it.
Yeah.
I guess it just depends on the relationship. I know that when it comes to two females, that is not uncommon, that their friend group is the same, so they will remain in contact. For other people, it can be different. A man and a woman, especially, I feel like they part and don't really see each other anymore.
So,
We're not breaking up because anything horrible. You know, neither one of us did each other dirty.
nope.
You know, there's no secrets and lies. There's
Bad
nothing.
blood.
As cliche as it is, it's literally just sometimes love isn't enough.
I talked to my family yesterday and I'm just like, I feel like I'm in shock of me finally saying it and telling her and coming to the realization. Because just early this year, we wanted to get married. We truly did.
Yeah, I don't understand that so much. What happened between then and now? Was at the end of 2020? You know, I do think that this was accelerated by the pandemic because we all spent our times indoors, and some couples made it and some didn't. I mean, you really got to spend 24/7 with your partner sometimes in the very beginning, depending on where you worked and whatnot. Things could have been the same for you. But for other people, that wasn't the case. Both working at home, add kids into the mix. I can't imagine it. Luckily, I didn't have to.
Or else I wouldn't have proposed, because you can ask Amberlynn. Whenever I first, me and her first started talking, I was just so heavily against like marriage and all that stuff. And I kept telling her for years, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get married. I don't know. But it's just like, around November, December last year, I felt it in my heart. I'm like, I want to marry her.
They do say that after you lose a loved one of that magnitude, you should wait a full year until you make any very important decisions. That's something that a therapist will tell you, or like a life counselor will tell you that.
Doesn't mean that that's what you need. Just because you want it doesn't mean you need it. We shouldn't have to listen to your guys' crap.
I feel like Becky got into this relationship knowing, what she was getting into, knowing the things that Amberlynn was doing online and the reaction that the community had to it. I do have to say, Becky, this is going to follow you for a very long time. It's unfortunate. I mean, look where Destiny is. People still want to know what she's doing. Dana even got roped into it. And for what?
The whole told you so's and whatever else you have to say. It's not needed. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just talking to the people who are horrible.
I mean, they had a 4-year relationship. I mean, I told you so's they just naturally grew apart. That's what I see. And they weren't going in the same direction. And I think for them to do this now versus waiting, it just makes a lot more sense. There's no reason to just stay together just for the convenience of it. A lot of people do that. And I can understand if you're a certain age, maybe that's just what you're comfortable with. And that's a different subject for a different time. But they're both in their very early 30s. They can completely restart their life right now.
I know there's probably so many questions, and the only thing we know the answer on for sure is that we're not together anymore. And I saw a lot of people asking about the animals. I will be taking them because...
Okay, so this is where I got a little bit concerned. Amber's going to be taking Twinkie, Rarity, and the other one, Wasabi. I always forget the name of Wasabi, but... just that does scare me, especially with Twinkie, because I think that the cats will be fine. She just needs to make sure that she keeps that litter box okay. But Twinkie needs to go out, and Amber, especially at this apartment, can she take her out for the time that she needs to be so she can go to the bathroom several times a day? Hopefully she can, and maybe that will help Amber in a way to be able to walk more and get the dog out. But I have my doubts that she's even able to do that at this point. Time to kick it into gear, because I know that Becky's going to stay for a little longer.
They're hers. They're yours.
It's not even...
I can't take them from you.
And, I mean, they've been with me since forever. And
she brought them into the relationship, right?
like, I don't know what it was, but it was so much easier. I hate to bring up the past, but to fake the break, like to fake happiness after the breakup with Crystal and the breakup with Destiny. But as
it seems like with Destiny, didn't she hide it from the internet for a while? And she just kind of put on this Amberlynn persona for YouTube.
much as those hurt, it just doesn't even compare. I just can't even explain it.
I don't think she was with them for as long, and they weren't engaged. So that's like a whole next level, right?
Thank you, Chantel. I know you are.
Chantal.
It'd be a terrible, terrible idea to live together if you're broken up. No, it's not really.
It's just
Not right now.
They're going to be staying together for a while. I mean, that makes sense. You really have to get your bearings. They have everything there. So to just jump out, like, I don't think they could really do that. I don't know. And this is what really worries me. Can Amber take care of herself? Forget about Twinkie. Can she take care of herself at this time? And how much was Becky contributing? And how is that going to play out? Is she still going to help her? Was she helping her? I know there are a lot of people who speculate that, you know, Becky dresses her and bathes her, but Amber has been quick to say that that's not the case.
What I'm saying.
yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna make it a long-term thing,
That would be weird.
that's terrible. You know,
I feel like Amber really needs to step her cookies up and start moving, start taking Twinkie out, start preparing all her meals, dressing herself. She really needs to start now, so that when Becky does leave in a few months, she's okay.
and I'm over the, you know, the breakup from the past where it was name calling and yelling and, well, I'm taking this. No, you're not. You know,
Putting panties on Facebook.
Can't live together forever. So you guys might think, oh, they're not, you know, being productive in whatever. I will say that it was like 2 months ago we signed the lease to stay here for another year.
Oh,
But
no.
we talked to the leasing office today
Okay.
and we canceled the year lease. So more than likely we won't be here for another year. We have some goals that we both have for what we want to achieve before
I wonder what that means. Like, when are they moving
we're
out?
moving out. And when we move out, we're going to be moving out at the same time because neither of us want to leave each other like that.
They need to go. They need to set their foundation. Becky has a lot to work on. Amberlynn has a lot to work on to be able to fully take care of herself. And that's just my belief, regardless of what she says. I mean, it's a lot of work to take care of an apartment and make sure that it's clean and take care of your dog. And she has to work on her YouTube channel, which luckily she does have her YouTube channel to support her, versus, you know, having to work 8 hours a day, because taking care of your apartment and your dog, like, that would be a lot for one person. It is, but a lot of people do it.
It's just wrong. We're not, this isn't that type of breakup. We can't just be sitting on our ass, even though that's what we're doing.
Well,
there
that's
will
like-
be days we will be, but like
yeah.
today after this live stream, we're going to go to the storage because we do have
It's time to get your shit together, right?
storage. And we're going to start bringing stuff and
Going
through it. And, you know, we are going to be selling some things. It's like we have.
She must have a lot of stuff from when she was living with Eric and Ricky. I mean, that was a lot more space. They had a whole basement that they could use as their storage. Now, is she going to be selling these things publicly? Would you guys be interested in an Amber heirloom?
A lot of things that she won't be keeping and I won't be keeping. And I don't want to just give it away. We have money we have to save. And it's just a lot that we are having to do. And already, though, you know, we're taking steps.
I feel like this could be a good undertaking for Amber to sell her things and to maybe take them to the post office herself. Becky, of course, would have to drive, and that's another thing. Amberlynn doesn't have her license, so when Becky leaves, who's going to take her around? It's going to be real difficult for her to rely on Uber when she doesn't really know if she's going to be able to, like, fit in the back seat.
Like literally last night, Hannah and Rafe was here just, you know, being there for us. And
it's been a long time since we heard from Hannah and Rafe and what they were doing. They probably didn't want to be on Amber's channel anymore and deal with everything that comes with that. I think that's the same thing that Dana was feeling, because Amber's the one, you know, taking home the paycheck at the end of the day. So is it worth it to be on her channel?
Had dinner and we watched some TV, and, you know, they left. And then after that, you know, me and Amberlynn at first, you know, it felt so painful. Just this weird, different shift in the room. But then it's like, you know, we had a dry erase board just sitting on the table. So we played tic-tac-toe and hangman for a while.
Just anything to pass the time. I mean, there's a lot in that apartment to pass the time, isn't there? It's nice that they had Hannah and Rafe to come over and sort of stay with them. I feel like that might have been Destiny and Dana if something didn't happen that we don't know about.
I'm not having another girlfriend ever.
So Amberlynn mentioned this a lot in the live stream, that she wasn't going to move on, that she wasn't going to have a new girlfriend. I mean, we'll see how long that lasts. But I can understand why she would feel that way now. I mean, this was the love of her life that she lost.
I don't want one either.
I mean that.
Same.
They're both going to take the time to work on themselves now.
I'm literally, what, you know, you cannot help whatever life throws at you, but I
look so rough.
am focusing on myself.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, they both need to figure out what they want to do for the rest of their lives. I mean, YouTube isn't forever. Becky doesn't have a career that she's comfortable in right now. It's a new beginning for them.
Like, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but I'm not saying it.
I feel like she's going to move closer to her mom. I mean, that only makes sense, right?
I'm going to tell you, this is off subject. I'm just going to tell you right now, you said, you know, I've always been kind of ugly. Then how have you made out with as many people as
Becky,
you have?
That's no one else's business.
Amberlynn's a really
Spill the tea, Becky.
good kisser. I'm just letting everybody know that. She's the best kisser I've ever had.
And you're never
Oh
gonna
my
have
God.
that again.
I know.
Unless we do one last makeout session later.
Oh my God, do they need one last makeout session to say goodbye? One last time. Oh my goodness. It's gonna get a little freaky there later, I feel like. Somebody offered a $5 super chat for Amber to buy a barefoot bottle of wine. Yeah,
Wine
no.
drunk Amber.
And it's like, this weird feeling I keep having is, this is just me being honest. Like, you get so comfortable in relationships and you let yourself go.
Yeah.
And it's like, now that we're broken up, I want to better myself.
Yeah.
But then I feel guilty because it's like, why didn't I do that while I was with you? So then it makes me not want to better myself.
I always want you to better yourself. That's a big reason why we're doing this, is to better
Look at
ourselves.
Becky. Becky is so mature about this situation. You know, I do think that Amber's going to have to step it up and better herself. It comes down to the simple fact that she can't really go much lower than she is now, as sad as that sounds.
It's such a weird, like, feeling, though. Like, you know, like, in my chest.
I think it's to do with, you know, your circumstances and your routines and the people you're around. Like I said, you know, with the whole weight loss thing, me and you were not helping each other. We were not. It's like, when I'm trying to do good, you're like, hey, let's get something sweet. And I can't say no, even though I'm diabetic.
Perhaps Amber could change her people's places and things. I mean, that's what they say in recovery, right? I think it would be nice for her to move to a different state, to try something different, perhaps being more in the sunshine. This could be just what the doctor ordered for her.
It's like, next year is gonna be, I'm gonna be looking back at this very moment, and I hope that I can sit there and say, wow, I made it through.
All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Throughout the rest of the video, they do state that nothing really happened. They just weren't making each other happy. And Amberlynn expresses some more guilt that she feels about moving on with her life. She claims that she didn't love Destiny as much as she loves Becky, which makes sense because she was with Becky for quite a bit longer. Amber says that there will be another live stream on Thursday and that she's figuring out what she's going to do as far as her videos go in the future, and she's going to let us know what her plan is going forward. So this ought to be pretty interesting. The live stream ends after Becky has to get up because she's having some IBS issues. Now, my thoughts on this situation is it's a lot harder for me to cover this, believe it or not, than it is to cover Chantal's latest antics as far as her substance abuse, because that stuff I know. That stuff I'm around all the time. It does not trigger me. I know that there are a lot of people in the comment section, you know, asking if I'm okay, talking about Chantal. I'm totally okay because that's what I'm used to. That's what I'm around. In recovery, we talk about that stuff all the time, but heartbreak is not something that has really ever happened to me. Like, I haven't been in a long relationship. I have felt heartbreak, but it wasn't at the extent that I'm sure Amberlynn feels right now. So in that way, I don't know what she's going through. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will of course catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys.
With you, I can be sad with you. Just take my hand and fly.